Welcome to Beyond the White Coat podcast, where we break down myths in health, beauty, and wellness so you can look, feel, and perform your best. We're your hosts, Sharia Mam and Megan Del Corral, here to bring you real talk beyond the medical titles. Before we dive in, quick disclaimer. The views and opinions shared in this podcast are for entertainment purposes only. This is not medical advice and does not reflect the host's roles or responsibilities at Vital Medical or Hue Aesthetics. Now let's get into it. Okay.
Papailler, yay.
Yay! Welcome to another episode of Beyond the White Coat podcast. We have a very exciting guest with us today, probably the guest we've been wanting, I would say, the most on. This is Jou Jou Papailler, also known by Siri as Jou Jou. Welcome to the podcast. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
Oh, we're so excited.
I'm going to pull the mic a little bit closer to you so we can catch everything.
So let's just start off a little bit about your background. So I know you're from Louisville, and probably one of the most exciting things is that you've been on Sesame Street. So tell us how you got to Sesame Street, all of the things.
So I was at the University of Louisville, and I was pre-med at the time. I was acting for fun. I would do commercials on the weekend, and in college, if you got the chance to make $300-400 on the weekend back then, that was a really great thing. So I did a National Drug-Free America commercial.
Okay. Like a deer commercial?
No, it was just, I don't even know if I had dare then, but
Something similar.
something similar.
But
And
before that, you have experience in theater. Is that correct? In high school?
okay, well, yeah. So
Okay, let's talk about
He's
that.
going to tell the story for him.
Yeah.
So in high school, I did theater in high school at Fern Creek High School.
Shout out to Fern Creek. Okay. Yes.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And after that, I did a few other things, and then ended up doing training films for Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh my God.
Through video break. Yeah, we would teach people how to cook the chicken.
Do you have the Colonel recipe?
Well, I don't think they ever gave us the recipe. but
Okay.
They were there making it, and then we pretend like we were making it.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
How TV really happens.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So I was doing that, and I played soccer at U of L.
Oh, okay. We were talking about soccer offline. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I ended up winning for.
What position did you play?
I was a striker.
Oh, so you scored all the goals.
Well, in high school.
Yeah.
I actually set a record.
Oh, wow. All right.
Until my age of over 20 years.
It's amazing.
Which was incredible. And so anyway, so I'm playing soccer, and then I quit, and I had all this extra time.
Sure.
And I said, let's take some acting classes, and that's what led to that Drug-Free America commercial.
Okay.
And a woman named Jane Stewart. She just passed away.
Aw. R.I.P. Jane.
Yeah, she was the producer.
Okay.
And at the end of the commercial, there was a kid who kept messing up. That's kind of the theme of it.
Mm.
She wanted me to star in it, but people from New York had already cast the
Okay.
kid. And the kid, like the first kid, it took 98 takes on film, $100
Wow.
a book back then.
That'd be like if you put me on film.
Oh, it was tough. And then this other kid.
So you feel bad for him. You're like,
Well, we did, but he was kind of using it as an I told you so, because she wanted me to star in it.
oh.
But so then I was in the feature. So then we have another kid. He's on take 40 something, and it's this Hollywood moment where Michael, the director, he goes, "Cut!" and he says, "Jou, get over here, put on this apron." It's supposed to be in a shop class, and he goes, "You're gonna do it." Okay.
Do you know the lines?
I knew the lines because I had
Okay.
auditioned with those lines.
You're like, let me just.
Well, I do it, but what made it worse, I was talking to the kid's mom.
Oh.
Like the kid was shooting.
Mhm.
And the mom's like, "Oh, you should come. And if you ever come to New York, introduce you to his
Oh,
manager.
not after this.
Well, he says, "God, now I would replace."
Yeah, her son. She's
I'm
like,
like,
you're out.
oh my gosh. Well, so I go up there
No longer invited.
and I do it. Yeah, pretty much. And he goes, "It's so Hollywood. That's the way it's done." Jane. So I'm like, I don't know what just happened. Am I a commercial?
Yeah.
So Jane, I feel my hand being grabbed, and it's Jane, New York accent. Like, come here. And she's not saying anything else. Takes me out into a trailer park. We're at like Atherton High School. They're from New York, but a trailer in Denver, like this huge thing.
Yeah.
And she hands me a card and says, "What are you doing in Wood? Come to New York. I'll manage your career."
That quickly.
Such a Hollywood moment.
Just imagine from her lenses what she saw in this young man at the time.
Yeah.
For her to be like, here, I see
Amazing.
talent. So that must have felt amazing.
It was incredible. And then the third audition was Sesame Street.
Oh my God.
And 5 callbacks later.
Five callbacks later.
That fifth callback,
Mhm.
I had the flu.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
And overnight,
Uh-huh.
I was trying to remember my lines because
Aw.
I think we had to memorize two scenes and a song.
Did you sing?
A little bit, yeah. And so we had to memorize.
You're gonna make him sing.
And then I couldn't remember. And I
They had so
just
much
fell
trust.
asleep. I was
Oh
just
no!
I fell asleep. The next day, I had the audition.
Oh wow!
And I think it came to my apartment,
Mhm.
and I did it. And the lines were there. Like, it was meant to happen.
Oh,
Yeah,
Because the
exactly.
lines were just there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was Big Bird's neighbor. And
Amazing.
so it was crazy.
So let's talk about the University of Louisville a little bit because you were a pre-med student, okay?
Yep.
And so now your career has completely shifted.
Uh-huh.
So walk me through kind of that period of time where you made the decision, because I would imagine walking into Hollywood and learning, or actually being a new environment in New York and all these things were happening. Like, how did you feel at the time? Were you nervous? Were you scared? Were you ready to conquer?
I felt like it was meant to be.
Mhm.
I was honoring my father.
Was he an actor?
No, I mean, he wanted me to be a doctor.
Oh, got it.
So
got
I
it,
was
got it.
on the path of honoring my father.
Sure.
I didn't really. I
Not
thought
honoring
I'd be
yourself.
okay. I mean, I felt like I was good enough to pass. Probably.
Right.
I was a straight B student, right?
Right.
I was like, okay, but I felt like I had to work twice as hard as the A students to get
Yes.
A's.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I'll do it. I love people, so maybe I'll make it work.
Mhm.
But it was weird when the acting thing happened. I felt like
You were an A student.
I felt like it
Yeah.
was meant to be. I guess
Mhm.
I literally, this is corny. Jane. So Jane asked me before I made the move.
Mhm.
She said, "I want you to come up to New York, and we'll talk a little bit."
Yeah.
And she's like pouring it on. She pulls out $100 bills and dinner.
Wow.
Smaller. Like, she's seriously going
Yeah.
it worked. But so she
Yeah.
does
Of course,
that.
yeah.
And then I'm about to leave, and I literally kick my heels up. Spreading the news. I literally did that. I did it. Yeah, I felt like I guess I'm meant to be there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So can we talk a little bit about your father? Because I really do think that you come from legacy.
Yeah.
So can you share a little bit about your father and who he was?
Yeah.
And
He was amazing. I was so fortunate, so blessed to have a mom and dad who were who they were. Dad had been an ambassador from Haiti to Uruguay. So
That's why your
South
name
America.
is yeah.
Yeah, so he also had been at one point an minister of education in Haiti, and he was a priest, so a Catholic priest. And Papa Dr. Papailler, he made a speech, and he was trying to bring the country together. At that time, there were biracial who at that point they were calling them mulattoes, which was a horrible name. But he was trying to bring together the African, Black Haitians and the biracial Haitian, because I guess there was some fighting, like infighting.
Sure.
So he makes this speech, and we have this picture, and he's like, it looks like he's got like an umbrella, a white umbrella,
Yeah.
and he's got on something white, and there's a sea of people around him, and it's such a cool picture. And they made the Haitian history books, and it's at the Library of Congress here.
Oh, that's so fun.
Amazing. And so my dad was the type of man who said what he felt.
Sure.
And
That's very typical for on the Hispanic side of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
My husband's extremely emotional.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I always know where I am with him.
Oh, yeah.
There's no hiding it.
no hiding. My father said there was a time of a coup, so there was a certain point where they were cutting off the heads of dissenters. Yeah, people who disagreed with Papa Doc.
Not very woke.
Not very well.
Mhm.
And my father said something about that, and it got back to the
Oh my God.
Haitian dictator at the time.
Wow.
And he said he sent him a wire to Uruguay saying, "Come home." And
That meant don't come home.
well, then his family sent him a wire saying, "Don't come home, they'll kill you."
Mhm.
And he left, and he went from there to the United States and became an
It's like a
exile.
refugee
So that was
almost.
and then ended up being a professor. So
Yeah.
that was that.
So
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And obviously then married because he was
Yeah.
a priest before,
Well,
right?
that-
Yeah, I was
that
going to say, we had
Yeah.
some privileges things to clear up there.
Well, okay. So my mom,
Mhm.
at that she was a shy country girl, but she was bold in this way.
Okay.
She saw him after college,
Mhm.
and she was singing opera, and so she
Oh, wow.
her best friend was my dad's secretary. My dad's secretary was friend. I don't know. She was
Yeah.
my dad's secretary, and my mom saw him, thought he was cute, didn't know how old.
Or that he was a priest.
Older. Well, he had
He
left
left
priesthood by this
priesthood.
time.
Okay.
And she said, "Can you set up private lessons for me?" And so she lied to my dad and said she needed to learn her French vowels for opera.
When you want what you want,
That's right. She was like, I'm going to get it in.
Yeah. So she wouldn't look into his eyes. So she was that was a bold move, but she was still shy.
Yeah.
And of course, my dad, being this guy, former ambassador, he was so
Yeah.
prideful. He was insulted by that.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, "Look into my eyes." And
in that
she
voice.
did. She practically she did. And then
Oh, that's
Aw.
sweet.
So
And
that
then Jou Jou came about.
Eventually, yeah.
Yes. So let's fast forward, go back to Sesame Street.
Okay.
What was that experience like?
What's
Right.
Big Bird like?
Carol Spinney,
Was Big
a
Bird?
man, named Carol Spinney, was amazing. Out of all the people on the show, he was the most welcoming, and so I loved it. He was awesome, and Carol is also his alter ego. So like he plays Oscar.
Oh,
He played.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
We're learning the secrets of Sesame Street, you guys.
Big Bird and Oscar.
So, yeah, so his two,
Mhm.
parallels.
And Oscar, I was Big Bird's neighbor, but Oscar's tandem was close too. But anyway, so on the show, he sticks this is where his beak is.
Mm.
His beak. He would do this, and then this arm was real, but this is a pseudo arm.
Isn't
Mhm.
that interesting?
So,
I never knew
yeah.
that. I'm like,
And there's a
Big Bird
camera.
is tall.
Yeah, and there's a camera here for everything reversed, so you had to learn how to skate backwards. And
Oh, wow.
but just that was incredible. And I'll tell you this. I think you'll like this story. So I grew up very strict, conservative,
Oh, I get it.
religious.
Are you kidding me? All
Yes.
girls Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sit, stand, kneel, and pray. That's
Well,
all I was allowed to do.
Well, pretty much. And for me too. And so I'm doing the first thing ever. When I first came in, we did a special in Central Park, so we were dancing and singing, whatever.
Yeah.
But then the first show on the first show for me on the set, that was with Elmo, the guy Kevin Class at the time, Elmo and then Joey. Anyway, I can't remember the name of that Muppet. But I was stiff. I was like soap opera acting.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be about. I was Jamal Parker.
Oh, yeah. You're supposed to be like,
Well, it was supposed to be. The episode was about not picking flowers
And they were
And
picking flowers.
the kids, it was like, don't flowers, because then the other kids would pick flowers. I didn't do it like that. I was very like, don't. I was just very so proper.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So the director tells Kevin Clash, who played Elmo, and this other guy, Joey, loosen him up. So in character, telling dirty jokes.
Oh, wow.
And I'm getting tired of it. Yeah, but I got to do the, most people don't know. I guess maybe if they're our age, the Donahue show before they went off. I got to do the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh, that's so fun.
was-
Was your dad so proud?
He was. Dad
I mean, you're a doctor, but you got to be on Sesame Street. So it's a pretty good trade-off.
he was proud. In that way, he would always say, you can always go back. That was my.
So my husband has a similar story. So I mean, like, not to cut you off, but you'll understand, like, because we're both have immigrant parents.
Yes.
My family's from Ecuador. David's family's from Bolivia. And although his dad was a doctor, and obviously both David and one of his sisters became doctors, he really wanted David to be a violinist.
Wow.
I was like,
Oh, wow.
and you know,
Did
like,
you play the violin too?
I didn't know that.
Yes,
My
that was
mom
horrible.
Yeah, my mom was like a world-class violist, not violin. But this is always a funny story because although, like, people would say, like, David's done a lot, like, he's really good doctor, right? Like, best in his field, all the things. We don't have to go into that. But same thing, his father would be like, what if you just kept playing the violin? Maybe have to record.
Not good enough. You could have been right.
So,
oh my God, that's so
You
funny.
totally-
Reverse
Yeah.
reality
Yes.
for most people. That's
Yes.
really cool.
So I thought you'd find that interesting.
Yeah. Wow. That's really cool.
So Juju, walk us through, so Sesame Street happened, and I'm sure there were other opportunities, but share with us when you decided to kind of walk away from this part of your life, because I think that is a profound
Or
story.
have you?
about-
I mean, I feel like it's still a little part of you.
Well, I will answer that one too. So I could say I chose to walk away, but also I felt convicted to in a way.
Yes.
There was a time, so I did Sesame Street and I had an off-Broadway show, some other things happened, and then I started reading with stars. Which was awesome. So I had Jada Pinkett, for instance. I went in to read for a book called Woo, and at the end of the day, my agent calls and says, whatever you're doing tomorrow, you're not doing. Jada Pinkett wants to meet you,
Oh my God.
which was
Was she
I think
great or
they-
no?
She was awesome.
Yeah.
But Tom David, I couldn't.
Yeah.
But anyway, so these things were happening, and my agent said, "It's time for you to move to LA." So I moved to LA,
Cool.
and
Pay me enough to live in Los
well,
Angeles.
you know what? Well,
At the time, I'm
Yeah.
sure it was
well,
better.
it was
Were you
me-
starving artists or no?
no.
No.
At that time,
You should
Yeah.
take gigs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that time I was.
Did you hear about that? Like
Well,
people
there was
are
only-
struggling and starving.
Yeah, 1 to 10%,
Mhm.
depending on the top 10%
Mhm.
of actors make money,
Yeah.
make a living.
Make a
Make a
living.
living. So I was in that. I happened to be in that at that point, which was awesome.
That's incredible.
But-
yes.
And so we just thought, and if this was going to be the next thing. So at that time, they had something called pilot season. I guess they still do, but now because of platforms, you could be on the show at any point. There was a season when they were looking for new talent.
Mhm.
So I'm out in LA, and I'm auditioning, and I'm getting producer callback after producer callback, meaning you're getting really close to getting cast.
Yeah.
And at that time, again, I grew up super Christian, and I told my agent I wouldn't take God's name in vain. All right, guys, that comes in.
Yeah, so you have boundaries. Yeah.
And I ended up losing my agent, and on my conviction, I mean, there was also something else that happened that was borderline dating,
Sure.
and I refused.
We've covered all that on
Yeah.
this podcast.
Mhm.
Everyone knows I'm obsessed.
Well,
And that's real.
It's
Yeah, no,
been
that's
on October 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and I refused.
Someone offered you baby oil or?
Basically, I was
Similar.
going to have to give up a pound of my flesh.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And, and I
And let's-
refused.
I mean, and
No,
here's
that's
the
real.
thing, and
Yeah.
that's the thing is that there are people who are willing to do whatever,
What's the
right?
sacrifice?
That's
Yeah.
right.
What
I
is the
know- I
sacrifice?
know
Like, what
people
is your
who-
what's your
who-
bottom
I
line?
know people who
Yeah.
the career meant more,
Mhm.
who did things, and now, and as I think about these people, it didn't work for them.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
they
Unless
got some more gigs,
yeah.
but they didn't become superstars.
Yeah. They're not Al Pacino.
and it's and now they one of them is a recovering.
Oh, for sure. You hear that all the time. Look at Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's
He's
all-
still struggling.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of stories about that out
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it's like, what are you willing to sacrifice, and is it worth it? Only you can answer that, not just you, but the
Right.
hypothetical you. Yeah.
And I've been fortunate because I would say, not so much walk away totally, but I went independent.
Mhm.
So I said, all right, I'm going to just start writing, producing, and directing.
Mhm.
And so that, in a way, was fortunate because I wouldn't, if I had hit the way it looked like I was going to hit, there wouldn't have been a reason to invest so much time into writing.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other stuff came out of the writing.
Sure.
So I think, yeah, that transition happened.
Was
in
this
a way,
was this a dark period for you? And what's that internal voice? What does that internal voice sound like to you? Like when you were going through a really difficult time? How are you getting through this knowing that you had to walk away and you stood on what you stood and your morals and ethics?
Absolutely depressing. Absolutely. You go from real high. I mean, and one of the people, again, most people may not know, but Adam West, who had been the original Batman. Like, so I was auditioning with people like that, and I was meeting these stars and going from having that platform to nothing, no one, it just is devastating to an actor if that's what you really want to do.
Right.
I had all these questions. I did some soul searching, literally. I did some metaphysical work and started studying other beliefs too. And
that's really
I did some
interesting.
self-help, and that really helped keep me grounded. Ultimately, I think had I not written and exercised these other outlets, I did sing and wrote songs. Had I not had time to do that, I think I would have been lost. And actually, that saved me. When I was in elementary school, we integrated my neighborhood, and I was a misfit. Because of who my parents were, I wasn't the typical, what kids consider a typical black person.
Right.
To blacks or to who weren't black.
Especially your name is Jou Jou.
Yeah. So I wasn't fitting in. But in class, I started daydreaming. And my teacher would say I was a daydreamer to my parents. He's a good kid, but he daydreams. And I was creating worlds I fit in. And that really started to save me. I started creating stories in my mind. And so that started in elementary school to try to fit in. So now, fast forward all these years, and it really kind of saved me again.
Very interesting.
One of the biggest things that I love to celebrate for you is your by design. Let's talk about that because you earned a 4-star distinction on Amazon Prime. So can we talk about that?
Wait, I don't know anything about this.
So we
fast forward.
Yeah, fast forward. So 2019. So 2018, there was an investor who said he was going to give me $500,000 to do one of my films. And I had never gotten $500,000 from an investor. And I was, kind of like on eggshells. He'd blow me off sometimes, and then other times he'd show up for the meeting, and it just went on and went on. And finally, like after 8 months, and me flying him and his wife out to Hollywood to be with my partners, to Beverly Hills, he said, "We're going to do this movie," and got back to Louisville, and it was like a rehearsal. So I said, I am going to write what my 2019 is going to be.
Okay.
And I wrote down that I was going to be concerned about investors and accomplish this, and this. And what came out of that was me writing a pilot TV pilot called By Design. And I wrote, produced it, directed, raised money for it, we shot it, and we did well. It won. It was official selection at the Omni Cultural TV.
Oh my God, that's amazing! Congratulations!
Yeah, and then thanks. And yeah, 4 stars. When it first hit Amazon, yada yada.
Oh my God, that's so incredible! You're a celebrity. You're by far the coolest person that I know. You really are the coolest person who's ever been in my house. Sorry to everyone else who's been in my house.
I really want to talk about some other accomplishments. It looks like you pushed forward a 35% tax credit for film production. You served as the commissioner for the Kentucky Film Commission. And I think that's extremely important to the economy. So can you talk a little bit about that? And also, I think you've mentioned that you want to, what is it, Tyler Perry?
Tyler Perry.
Yes. So talk about that, because that's a big thing that lives in your heart.
So I don't remember. It was during Governor Stephen Bashir. I was, thanks to Gil Holland, who's his friend, appointed as a Kentucky Film Commissioner. And there were 15 of us. Nina Clooney was over that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And also Jane Shear, the governor's wife. They were the ones who kind of ran it. And we pushed 30% tax credit legislation. It's 35 if you shoot in an economically depressed area. And it did well. It was an economic impact. At that point, it was like 45 million a year, something like that.
Oh, wow, that's incredible.
Well, then the next governor came in and gutted it. But then Andy has brought it back. And they last year, they left it this way. At the 30% tax credit, they gave $75 million in tax credits last year. So they made $25 million last year. That was that kind of economic impact that it's had on the state.
That is incredible. Yeah. That is.
Hey, I mean, that's, fueling people's dreams. Right now, we're watching this show called The Offer, and it's about the making of The Godfather. You appreciate it. You watch it because you would understand. And I know nothing about this world, right? Watching what goes into making a film and how they had like no budget. Yeah. And I didn't realize that at the time it was the book. So The Godfather is obviously based off the book, right, by Mario Puzo, and it's this whole story. But Italian Americans were angry about the book, and the mafia did the book or the film to be done because they thought it was putting Italian Americans in a poor light, and gangsters. Let's be clear, they were gangsters. The people who were mad, and then so then I was reading against the storyline. I'm like, oh my God, this really happened. Like that scene really happened. All this stuff. But it's so interesting, and like you're saying, I mean, not having like the financial backing, and like they really bare bones it, and it becomes The Godfather, right? Like undoubtedly the best film of all time. So it's just very, very interesting. And what you did really makes an impact and can help someone make that film, especially in somewhere, we don't usually think of Louisville, Kentucky as like the epicenter for media, and, giving people a chance there is incredible.
We
Good
were
for you.
Fortunate to get that passed.
So you have a big project that you're working on, and can you talk about your Safety Stream app? Yes.
So on the other side of the brain.
On the other side of the brain. This was what, during COVID, that you kind of thought through this?
Yeah. So COVID hit, and that's so that's interesting because I was feeling scared and discouraged. There were so many things happening in America at the time. We had so much unrest, and of course the mass shootings. And I was just feeling unsafe.
Yeah.
I knew that either I was going to leave the country or I had do something about it. That was,
Sure.
that was the thing.
Call to action.
Yeah. And so at that point, I had an offer. It's a longer story, but I had recently been to Saudi Arabia to help teach.
Oh, wow.
So MBS, the Crown Prince, had opened the country for some visitors from all around the world to teach filmmaking to his people.
Especially at that time, because that was, I mean, they were pretty shut down. David's building a hospital in Abu Dhabi, so we've gone over there several times. And I know at that time frame, only he could go. I couldn't even go.
Yeah.
It was really restricted.
It was, and so anyway, so I in 2020, so that was 2019 that I went to Saudi Arabia. So in 2020, I had an offer to go back and do some workshops across the Middle East, and it paid very well, and to teach.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I was ready to go, and then COVID hit, and I'm stuck, even though I'm scared. And so I thought, if there was an app where I've taught over the years, where during a lockdown drill, so if there's a lockdown drill, I don't know if you all know, there's usually an alarm or a code that happens, and everybody shuts the door, the teachers, and they turn out the lights, and they sit there huddled in one area away from windows. And they're literally waiting for gunshots.
Right.
They're like in the dark waiting for gunshots. And I thought, well, they need to know what's happening in each room.
Yeah.
What if there was an app and they could communicate during that app so that they know, he's reloading, he's going here, he's going there.
Yeah, he's in the art room or he's in the gym or wherever.
So they can organize towards him.
Or she. Say.
Yeah, so towards him, he or she, or away from them.
Yeah.
This would allow them to do that. And so I also thought, if you're being pulled over, let's say women, beautiful women, being pulled over,
he's so nice,
out in the middle of somewhere, and you don't know if this person's an officer or not. And what if while those 30 seconds or a minute, the officer's coming up, you can press on it, and a lawyer comes on the screen and live streams the feed.
Oh, that's really cool.
So that's what this app does.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Feel safer.
Yeah.
So that when I talk about traffic stop, the other one is called safety stream. With safety stream, everybody in an organization or in a community can.
So school, hospital, church. Yeah.
Transportation companies.
Yes.
And you can see the video.
Oh, yeah.
We have a dispatch, which is basically 911 with video, and you communicate, and there's an alarm. Once you press it, the alarm goes off to everybody, so you know it's an emergency.
Oh, that's
and
really
it tells you
cool.
what kind of alarm. So.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, it reminds me of like Life 360. I mean, it's like that impactful, where I feel like that changed the game for families and communication. I'm obsessed with tracking everybody that I know. Actually, Luke texts me, which is always funny.
That's a good thing.
She goes, turn around. She's like, the road is closed. It was when I was coming down Torrance. I'm like, how do you know? She's like, I just happened to check where you were. And I was like, okay, thanks. Also weird, but cool. Thanks. No, that's amazing.
So where are you in the process?
Where are you in the
So
production?
we've had school for 2 years, which is great. And
In Louisville?
in Louisville.
Okay.
And now we have 8 dealers who are ready to take it across the country.
Oh, wow.
And then we've got another dealer who wants to take it to Somalia. So there's some possibilities, some global,
International.
and then there's some other people who work
Interesting.
with Dakota FC and quality sports training who
Oh, yeah.
also may take it abroad.
Very
So
cool.
there's, so I'm excited about
So
it.
many projects in the works. How exciting.
Thank you.
And then you have a huge project coming up, next weekend?
No, this.
Or this
This
weekend?
weekend. Yeah.
Okay.
World
talk about
Fest.
that.
Let's
World
talk about
Fest.
it.
I'm so excited. I'm going to be there to support you.
Oh, yeah, what country are you going to represent?
Cambodia.
You have an outfit?
No. I'm just there to support Jou
Do you
Jou.
have a Cambodian outfit?
I
then?
do. I do.
You don't wear like what they wear in Japan? What do you like? What's a typical?
A sarong and like
Sarong.
a cute little blouse. But it's going to be hot, so I'll
I
probably
cannot
wear
think of the word. What is it? What do they
Uh,
wear in Japan? I have one downstairs. Like,
Oh, no,
Why do you
no,
have
no.
one?
Yeah, come on, because David's been to Japan a couple
Oh,
times.
okay. So he actually
He's
won.
brought me one home.
I'd
Yeah.
love to see you that, Megan.
Like, he's at a true geisha experience. That's like his whole thing. He loves it. And it was like a dinner. No. Geishas are not, he'll tell you the whole speech. Geishas are not sexual. They are not sexual. They play games and they entertain you.
They play games.
Well,
What
yeah.
type of games?
So they
Megan?
play drinking games, but they are really good. They're really good at them, and the Americans are not good at them. So he loses every time.
So they're there to get Americans
Actually,
drunk.
encouraged him because I couldn't go on this trip when he went to Japan. Sorry, we're totally derailing. And I was like, hey, I had the opportunity to have like a true geisha dinner. I was like, you have to do it, and I really want pictures. And he's like, okay. And I was like, but don't sleep with them. And he's like, it's not a thing, Megan. They're not sex workers. That's a different kind of thing. And I was like, so he went through the whole thing of how they get sponsored, and it's a big deal. And to like have dinner with you for the night, it's like $10,000.
Wow.
It's incredible. So anyways, we totally derailed.
World Fest. Tell us
World
about
Fest.
World Fest.
I'm really into what you're going to wear for it. I'm going to have to look up some Cambodia.
Send you
Well,
pictures.
Well,
It's a 4-day festival,
Yes.
and there are over 30 countries represented.
Oh my gosh.
There are 3 stages,
Okay.
and we have acts every day from this Friday coming up through Monday, which is Labor Day.
Mhm.
Over 150,000 people come through.
Wow.
Mhm.
It's like a Renaissance festival, or what's the vibe?
I mean, we have everything from Celtic music to country to rock to R&B to soul to Nepali, African to Cuban to Mexico. I mean, it's
Everything.
Japanese, so many different performances on
that's so
stage.
cool.
It's really
And
quality.
it's free, right?
It's
So
free.
it's a free event. Okay.
It's a free public event.
Wow.
And is there like food from those indigenous
Oh, that's
countries?
good. Yes, the food's incredible.
Hmm.
What's a typical Cambodian dish?
Rice and something.
What's it called?
Numbachuk. It's a
Numbachuk.
noodle dish.
Noodle dish.
Yeah.
And what do you put in it?
It's fish broth with noodles.
Oh, I like
It's
fish
really
broth.
good. I think Jou Jou.
Why haven't you that for me?
I don't know how to make it. It takes like 6 hours.
Well, I'm gonna look
Yeah.
it up.
I think Jou Jou, you had some. Did you
Yeah.
like it? Yeah.
Good.
I mean, we love Asian food in general, so I
Yeah.
think there isn't an Asian food I don't like.
Well, and then on Saturday, people naturalize on Saturday, and there's a big parade that comes.
Oh,
through,
that's so fun.
and people are wearing their
Garb, yeah.
And
So I'm saying you gotta represent.
Yeah.
You gotta get a Cambodian garb and hold your flag.
Well, he's working the whole time, so
You're just his +1.
Yeah,
You mean the Met?
I'll be in the background. Yeah.
I can't this weekend. David's going to be in Columbus. Otherwise, when I'm sitting here, you can't tell him this is going on. He's going to major. So David loves festivals.
Yes.
Like he loves culture.
Mhm.
He loves festivals. He loves everything. Like he wants to do all that stuff. He's going to the Ohio State Texas game with his son. Because I went to Ohio State, yet they go to all the like they went to the national championship. I bought them tickets, and I was like, I can't afford for me to go as well. So the two of you are going. So then I am here doing a little bit of stuff with some neighborhood women because one of our neighbors just had breast cancer, and so she's going through a lot. So hang out with her this weekend. But otherwise, I would come. Yeah.
next time.
Next time, no, for sure, you have to tell us because, like I said, he'll dress Bolivian and he'll do the whole thing.
It really is a great time.
No, that's great. How did you get into World Fest? How did that even come
Wow.
out?
So my sister Christy.
Shout out, Christy.
Ooh,
Yeah. Hi, Chris.
You said this to her.
17 years ago.
Oh wow.
Something like
She
that.
asked me.
I was in, I don't know where I was, LA or something. And she asked me if I would come in, or I was going to be coming in around Labor Day. And she asked if I would stage manage.
Oh, okay.
And that she ended up stopping, but we were both stage managing. And then over the years, I eventually worked with Ken Clay. Ken really created the entertainment part 20 years, it'll be 23 years ago. And I took over from him for the entertainment part of it.
That's
So that's
exciting.
how it goes. But I would come home every Labor Day, even
To
if
do
I was
an
out,
event.
of state, just to do it. Yeah.
So of all your accomplishments, what are you most proud of?
good question. I think the students I've been able to coach or teach, honestly, I think that's what I get so much excitement consistently when I see a student excel. So when we did by design, for instance, I worked with those students for a year to get them ready, and they kill it in the shop. And when I'm directing, when somebody hits something, I'll be like, oh, so there's a scene. Lexi, a girl named Lexi, in the show, and we were running out of time. It's at night. We were shooting a scene where she's in the car and she's supposed to. Well, if she cried, it would be great.
If it happens, great.
But it's just she's emotional about something that happened to her in the drama, and it's the last thing. And then we have to go because we're on the clock. When you people think about budget, just because you're shooting a movie doesn't mean that your crew's not on the clock.
Right.
So there's a time you do have to stop. You can pay overtime. If you don't have overtime money, you're in trouble. So we were going to have to stop. And it was like maybe 12 at night.
Yeah.
Everybody's tired. And we do in class, she's sitting in the front. So she's supposed to be talking to the guy across the camera, and the camera's here, pretending to be the guy. And I'm behind her, and I'm just encouraging her, talking her through the emotional technique that we had learned in the class. And you see her start to cry.
You're like, you did it!
And so, like, now the camera, starts rolling, and she just does. Honestly, those moments.
Yeah.
Or what?
You're like, you did it! Yeah.
And whether that's that or other actors or students who've done great things, that to me, that is the biggest accomplishment. As far as acting, directing, writing, whatever, I don't know. I feel like I could find things in each one probably. Go, I really love that because I really love that because that's a harder one. But I think overall, it's legacy.
No, I love that. I mean, they say, the best leaders are the ones who want to teach, right? The best way to learn something is to teach it. And Cha-Cha even talked about like with training. Yeah, we're like the reason why we love what we do. And we were talking today just candidly about another nurse practitioner who is in the same field as Charia, who reached out asking for her advice. And I said, what a great opportunity for you to mentor. Like you handled that so well. And with the block, like the three of us, although we don't look it because Cha-Cha very good care of us. Today, I walk in, she literally pulls her glasses up and goes, "Get out the sun." I was like, "Hello, I'm here for a patient appointment." She's like, "I don't care. You need to start wearing a hat." Poor Megan. Worse, when I send her a picture like of selfie, she goes, "Oh my God, we gotta put threads in your face. What's going on right here?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't even realize it." Sorry, again, derailing. But no, I think when we've been around the block, what I think is always great, like I never want to keep secrets from me. I'm always like, I don't pretend to know anything else that anyone else doesn't know. But what makes me most fulfilled is when I see other people succeed, right? I'm like, oh, how great is that? Like, good for you. Like, keep killing it. And like even with patients, like for us, it's the only way I can level because I don't do what you do is like with my other clinicians that I've mentored, I'm like, hey, I don't need the patients. Like, this is for you. You shine. I don't pretend to have all the secrets. Teach me what you're doing. Like every week with my providers, we have a series of questions we go through, and it's about engaging conversation. Like, hey, how do you handle this so that we can all learn from each other? So good for you. What's next? What's your next big project on the horizon? What are you excited about?
Wow.
So look, you have a shirt on that says Jou Jou Presents. So what is Jou Jou presenting? What is Jou Jou working on? What does Jou Jou Presents mean?
So Jou Jou Presents is just for the entertainment side, not the outside. So we do 4th of July for the city of Louisville. We do World Fest. We do something called Winter Wonderland.
Oh, when? When's that? Can we come?
Yeah, that's the 21st, 22nd. It's that around
Yeah.
the time
Of December? Okay, we're here.
Okay. And it's a Winter Lights Festival.
Oh, okay.
We that 200,000 lights we put up, and then we take them down. I mean, it's crazy. And then we have one-on-one basketball called Best Baller, one-on-one soccer called Best Striker. I have there's a Kentucky TV Music Stars concert that I'm developing. We're now looking for venues as well.
Oh, that's really fun.
So yeah, so that and that's again just I guess I'm telling you I'm not here now.
It's okay. We won't hold you to it.
This is an exclusive.
We love exclusive.
Yeah, so we have so Corey Johnson from America's Got Talent.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Lana Scott from The Voice.
Yeah.
And Layla Spring from American Idol.
Oh my God. I love We're big American Idol fans in this house.
Well, so they're all.
We cry the whole time.
Oh yeah, my mom does too.
Yeah.
But they're all performing at World Fest.
Oh wow.
So now they have agreed to do something together. And we're just looking for the right scenario. But to think
And that would be like summer-ish, you think?
I'd
or-
like to pull one off by the end of the year.
You're a
And
typical
then-
entrepreneur. She's
Yeah.
just like Michael. Michael's like, oh, this idea. I'm like, great, that sounds awesome for like Q2 2026. He's like, oh no, we're doing it in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
like,
they're ready to go.
Yeah.
okay.
They're ready. They're excited. They're locked and loaded.
They're ready to go. It's finding the right opportunity and the right venue, and then if everything goes well, or when it goes well, like to be positive,
It will do.
Yes, it will be.
then we will do a mini tour next year. So that's
Oh, so that's a big thing. That's a big
that's a
thing.
big thing. That's a big thing. I have, and then the other. So on the TV film side.
Mhm.
I was very fortunate. Well, first I want to give a shout out. So one of my students
Mhm.
was Michael Evans Bailey, who is Jordan on CW All American.
Oh wow, yeah.
He got that role in his 7th season now. So when you talk about legacy,
Hey, good. There you go. Look at the impact you've
That's
made.
incredible.
Yeah.
well, and again, the work he did to get that. But
Sure.
so on the TV film side, this year was one that was a little slow for production, but Susie Gilholland has been a big champion of mine. He said, and he likes my scripts. Juju, you should submit. And I was like, because I just wanted to get money to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
What's submitting a script going to do? But I did, and one of my scripts was finalist at Cannes Film Festival, which is really cool.
Oh my God.
And
Again, I want to go.
yeah.
If you get invited.
Yeah.
We would love to go. I haven't been to Cannes. It'd be so fun.
Yeah. And then another got a couple awards, semifinalists for Santa Barbara Film Festival and quarterfinals for Atlanta. I get them mixed up, but it's something like that. But so the
Amazing.
scripts proved that they were worthy, and so now I'm in that position of finding funding for them.
Yeah.
So it could happen, but
Mhm.
Ooh, it's exciting.
Yeah.
so those
That's
are the things
exciting.
that
You
are
just
in the
need
works.
a little push, you know?
Well, I needed push. The push was confirmation. I mean, the push and then the result of it.
Yeah, the confirmation. Yeah.
These scripts are what we think they are.
Oh, that's exciting.
And I've shared with Juju that his life and his legacy and all the things that he's accomplished is fascinating. He's like, I'm like one of his biggest cheerleaders, but one of the things that I told him and that he's been working on is like,
I'm
what
always
is it
your
called?
cheerleader. You don't know about it, but I
Is
talk
it
about you
called
all
a
the
one-person
time.
show? Can we
Yes.
talk about the one person show? Yes. And
Oh
I've
yeah,
been
I've heard
pushing
it.
him.
Writing, acting, producing,
Your
mentoring.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
Yeah.
And you are very humble. I mean, we're beefing you up, but you
Yeah,
are very
very
humble guy. You can tell he's like, if you can't tell, he's blushing because of the amount of melanin in his skin. But yes,
I'm like,
so-
Juju, you have to do this
Yeah.
because your
Yeah.
legacy, your
Well,
story is so
so-
impactful.
So I have 2 years ago, I guess, around that time. There's a guy named Don, and Don Smith is a storyteller,
Mhm.
and he said, "I've got this story." No, he says, "I want to tell a story about
my upbringing. So okay, and Don is white, and he grew up in downtown Louisville, which is mostly black. And he said there was a time when there was this dividing.
Sure.
And he tells a story from a perspective that people haven't heard, which is someone who was white who hated the racism that was happening around him, but he was dealing with integration too. So he has this fascinating story, and was very unique. And I said, okay, and I helped him do what we call dramaturgies. So I would listen to it and say, okay, let's take that part of it and let's tweak it. So that was the beginning of me starting show type stuff. Now I've got a woman, Sonia Hensley, who was in the movie The Cotton Club, and she danced and sang with Lena Horne.
Oh, wow,
And I mean, she's had just Broadway, all these credits. And so I'm now fortunate, blessed to be able to work with her to do her one-woman show. And so what Chari is talking about, and I said this when I worked with Don, I said, I've got to do because I wrote a show in the 90s.
Okay, I'm excited.
And I
think we're all around the same age, so just be clear.
I never did. And so these shows now, I'm at the point where, okay, after Sonia's show, I got to know. I've got to tell my story. I was at the party Biggie got down.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my God! That's incredible. I'm glad you survived and no baby oil was assaulted at the time.
And
so colorful. The background so colorful.
With Andy Hilfiger. Tommy's But and his fiancée at the time, Kim Brewer.
Oh my God!
Crazy. At one point,
yes.
Crazy.
Which is why I'm like, Juju, you have a story to tell.
Yeah, you have to tell it. You have to tell it. Yeah, you have to. You have to tell it.
Well,
I mean, whatever you need.
I just feel so blessed that we were able to get.
I have one last question though for you. I have one last question. So, because I mean, you're very accomplished. You have a lot going on. You have a lot of avenues, a lot of focus. How do you take care of yourself? Because you're obviously very fit also. So how does fitness play into the role for you, or does it? Are you just naturally great genetics?
Well, no, I mean, my mom
and when's the last time you had blood work done? Because maybe at the end of this, we also should I make all my friends get blood work.
Okay.
So okay.
I probably should. I appreciate it.
And give you a complimentary order.
Okay. My mom and dad are blessed with genetics and longevity. My so back to my mom and dad was 26 years older than my father. He lived to be 10 days from 91.
Yeah.
My grandma, mom's mom, came to live with us right after him. And she died at 96.
Yeah.
So longevity, so that's in the blood, in the DNA. But because I do get stressed, as entrepreneurs, I'm still always thinking about, okay, what's the next?
Always.
Bill. So because of that, I get stressed, and thank God I still can play tennis and soccer.
Oh, I didn't know you were a big tennis guy.
Tennis.
Man, you and Dave have to become friends.
I love that.
I mean, he's been to Wimbledon. It's like his whole thing.
Wow.
And I don't even. I played soccer.
Yeah.
My hands don't work. I don't understand.
You took me on the tennis court. I'm like,
we've been to the Western
Southern
Cincinnati Open all this stuff. I'm always like, I don't want a ball flying at my face. Like, I'm that person. I'm like, is it going to hit me? Like, I'm going to back away.
Right.
Yeah.
But
that's great. So you like to play tennis?
Yeah, and then I've been eating so much better, eating cleaner, and that, and I have muscle. I work out a little bit, but I have muscle memory. When I was 15, I started weightlifting.
That is so important. Yeah.
I don't have to do a whole lot.
As long as you build a foundation, your body knows what to do. It's like, we've been here before. I get it. Yeah. No, tennis is great too because it's speed, it's agility, it's cardio, it's strength. It's a little bit. And actually, we should all do more sports like that because of coordination, which is something we lose as we age.
Well, yeah, and there's some things, some report where they were saying tennis was the top sport, like for longevity. which
Yeah,
I think
100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even because it comes down to grip strength, which I know sounds dumb, but like to grip a racket and be able to swing and hit a ball, I mean, that takes amount of strength and force and power. And grip strength is a marker for longevity, like how long you can hold yourself for and whatnot. And if you think about it, if you think of like frail elderly, right, we think of like Parkinsonian disease and these changes where, I mean, you see tremors and whatnot, and it's a brain to muscle connection. So the more you can strengthen that, the better. And yeah, so coordination, agility, it really is. I'm not making fun of it. I'm making fun of myself because I can't play tennis. Again, I like attempted pickleball and I was like, I'm going to go run 10 miles. I'll be back. I'm really good in one plane of motion. Like, don't ask me to go side to side.
He's good though.
No, I don't know about that.
I was telling Juju that I hate cardio, and I'm like, there has to be something creative because
you need something,
cardio.
that stimulates you. The best form of exercise when you're
Well,
to
Mr.
stick with.
Juju, thank
Thank
you
you.
for taking the time to join the
No,
podcast.
you're definitely going to have to come back. You're going to be a repeat guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk about the party, the big party. And
Oh
Vicky's
my
party, all the things
God.
behind the scenes.
Everyone knows I'm obsessed.
Did you have to sign any NDAs? Can we like
I
dive
didn't.
deep?
Oh, great.
even better.
Oh, great.
So if you guys want to know some things, let us know. Juju, where can they find you?
Yeah, say pimp yourself out. This is your time.
So they can just do Juju Presents at
Jou presents.
at gmail.com.
Also,
Sure.
Juju, you do executive coaching and stuff as well, right?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I meant to talk about. Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'll talk about that
personal
next time. But for sure, executive coaching, mentoring. I think that
Acting, stage
Yeah.
fright, all of that. I've had Juju work with my employees. He's been incredible.
we'll have to give a talk in like a week.
Yes.
I have to give you some pointers. All right, thank you, everybody. Have a great time. Thanks for listening to this
Bye.
podcast.
Thank you for
Bye.
joining. Thanks. Awesome. That's fun.
Yeah.
See how time.